Good day, everyone. How is everyone doing? Hope everyone is great. Doing fantastic, healthy, and happy. Feeling great. Realizing the government doesn't love you. And also realizing that pretty much everything you've been told since the day you were born, it's a big-ass lie. It is June the 25th of 2025 at 2:09 p.m. Coming to you from the communist shithole known as Ontario, Canada. If you'd like to support the channel, information is in the description box how you do so. If you'd like guitar lessons, I'm available for those as well. And I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please like and subscribe. Let's get right to it. So, my favorite videos in the world to watch, I think, are anything from James O'Keefe. Now, he started something called Project Veritas, got screwed over by his employees, and literally had his company stolen away that he started. They booted him out, the board of directors or whatever. Just because you started a company doesn't mean you actually own it anymore. The board of directors can fire you out and steal the whole thing from you. That's what they did to him. So then he started O'Keefe Media Group, and he's having great success with that too. James O'Keefe is brilliant. Okay, he is brilliant. He engages in undercover journalism, which a lot of people say is immoral and you're just tricking people into saying stuff and all this. No. When is somebody telling the truth? When they don't know they're being filmed or recorded. That's when they're willing to tell the truth. And how do you get someone to spill the beans? Well, if it's a heterosexual male, put a hot female in front of them, batting their eyelashes and smiling at them. If it's a gay man, put a good-looking man in front of them doing the same thing. Whatever that person's attracted to, put that in front of them. And they'll sing like a bird. They will. That's my favorite part. He's got these undercover journalists. He's done it himself, too. When it's a gay man, he's trying to catch on camera saying things. Sometimes he'll do it. And the only problem with that is so many people know who he is and recognize him, so he doesn't have as good of a chance of getting away with it as, people who aren't famous, because he's quite famous. He's got all these undercover journalists. I'm assuming, you don't get to see the girls, but I'm assuming they're all hot as can be. And they go on dates with these targets. People that maybe work at the White House. Some of them were in the Biden administration. Some of them work at NHS. Some of them work for Big Pharma. He's got all kinds of targets he goes after. He'll send an undercover journalist to go and find them on like Tumblr or Tinder or one of these sites. Set up a date. He provides them with a camera, a hidden camera that no one sees, and it's pointing right at them the whole time they're sitting across the table on this date. What are they trying to do? Impress that person. You get a hot chick, you just took it on a date. You want to tell them all about your job, and they're so funny because, a girl that you take on a date, they should clue in a lot quicker than they do. She's not going to be that interested in your job, especially if you have some sort of office administration job. No woman is going to be all that enthralled with that and just sitting there with her eyes this big, smiling at you and just question after question. You'd think they'd figure that out. But they're sitting there and they're thinking, wow, this girl thinks I'm all that in a bag of chips. She's totally into me. And they spill the beans. They brag about the crimes they commit. It's freaking hilarious. I call it getting O'Keefed. If you've been O'Keefed, it's not good for you. You generally lose your job. That's usually it. Because, he publicizes this right away. They post these videos online. And then you've been on a date. It's shown to the world that you're on a date spilling the beans about highly confidential things. You're talking about people in the office you work in. You're talking about how somebody was in the office was doing something to stop Donald Trump that's completely illegal, but we don't care. We do what we want. And I mean, they'll say all kinds of stuff to impress the date that they're on. So getting O'Keefed is, oh, it's funny. And then he's got real style. Sometimes the undercover journalist, will get up at a certain point and go to the bathroom, and he comes in with a laptop and sits down. The whole thing's been streamed to him, so he's already got the video. So then he sits down and says, excuse me, can you tell me why you said this? And the person's like, and they freak out, and they'll usually get up and run, but he chases them. He's literally, they can be in their car trying to get out of a busy parking lot. He'll be still going beside them with his microphone trying to get answers from them. He'll chase them as long as they're catchable. And I laugh so hard watching those. It's the funniest video you can watch. Someone getting O'Keefed and running like hell. They just spilled the beans. They realize now, no wonder that girl was into me so much. She's a freaking journalist. I just got O'Keefed. And then they usually lose their jobs, and most of them deserve to. There was a couple of them I felt a little bad for, because they got fired, and they were talking about corruption, but they weren't involved in the corruption. Some of them were even saying how bad the corruption was, and they didn't like it. But they ended up getting fired because, they're still spilling the beans about things they shouldn't be on a date with a hot chick. He's so well known now. Apparently, in a lot of meetings in different companies, they've talked about him and said, if you're going out on dates, keep in mind that James O'Keefe has undercover journalists all over the place. So do not discuss company business with your date. Do not discuss anything about your job. But a lot of these people, you think they learn after a while. If I'm on a date with a girl, and she keeps asking me question after question after question, and specific questions about my 9-to-5 job, and I work in a place like NHS or somewhere very political and a place that a journalist would be interested in, I'm going to probably clue in. Everyone knows who James O'Keefe is, but most of these people, he gets them. He went on one and pretended he was a gay guy. That's the best one of all. And the guy even took him home to his apartment. And then when he got him home in the apartment, James O'Keefe said, can we watch something on TV? And it was him that he wanted to watch. So he actually put the video on that he just got from him, everything he just filmed. And Buddy's sitting on his own couch watching his big screen TV, and he's freaking out. He realized he'd been O'Keefed. So anyone can get O'Keefed. You have to, if you're in one of those positions, you have to realize O'Keefe is everywhere. He's recruited a ton of journalists. He's trained them himself. He provides the gear. They teach them how to do it. And you don't have to teach a woman how to, get a guy to be stunned and to be in a daze. If she's really hot and she knows what she's doing, he'll be eating out of the palm of her hand in no time, and he'll be singing like a bird. And it's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Love James O'Keefe. He's my all-time hero in the world of journalism. There's nobody like him. Brave. He's actually been in situations like going after cartels and stuff during the big immigration thing when Biden opened the borders. There he was going after the cartels, infiltrating the camps where they had all the migrants and stuff. People with guns and stuff. He had guns pointed at him several times. He's definitely brave. And he's brilliant. He's just brilliant. I don't think there's anything wrong with undercover journalism. How else are we going to get the truth from these people? They're not going to tell the truth when they know the camera's on them. it is the only way to get truth out of most of these people. So I love James O'Keefe. He's my favorite journalist. If you're not familiar with him, Project Veritas, he's actually trying to get it back now because there was some real shady stuff done to take that away from him. Because that continued on, even without him. The company he started, they continued with it, but it didn't have any big impact anymore once he was gone. He was the mastermind behind the whole thing. But now he's got O'Keefe Media Group, and that's doing really well, but he wants Project Veritas back. And he says he's going to get it too, so I hope he does. Long live James O'Keefe, the best journalist in the world.